Welcome to the Guantanamo Brain Ecocide Report for spring 2022, a program dedicated to documenting the assault on the natural world, which threatens all life on the planet. Temperatures continue to rise, oceans acidify, corals bleach, plastic pollutes the land and sea, natural resources are plundered until exhaustion or collapse, glaciers retreat, permafrost melts, deforestation continues. We have begun the sixth great mass extinction. We are pouring greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at 10 times the rate which led to the mass extinction known as the Great Dying, the end Permian extinction 252 million years ago. Glaciers in Alaska alone lose approximately 75 billion tons of ice per year. 150 to 200 species of plant and animal go extinct every day, 1,000 times the natural background rate of extinction. The ecocide rages on, yet business continues as usual. As of April 25th, 2022, the Mauna Loa Observatory measured the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere to be 420.79 parts per million, the highest level in 650,000 years, a level which humans have never experienced. March 2022 saw a massive coral bleaching event in the Great Barrier Reef. Temperatures began to rise in December 2021, but in early March of 2022, the heat spiked and remained high, creating marine heat wave conditions. This is the sixth mass bleaching event which the reef has seen, the first being in 1998. This is the fourth such event at the Great Barrier Reef since 2016. According to aerial surveys, almost no corals escaped the effects of the heat across a 1,200-kilometer stretch of the Great Barrier Reef. This is the first time one of these mass bleaching events took place during La Niña conditions, which are typically cooler, a time scientists hoped would be a period of recovery for the corals. Coral reefs are the world's most biodiverse aquatic ecosystems, yet they are all under duress and in severe threat of dying due to the burning of fossil fuels, leading to global warming and ocean acidification. Corals are also threatened by overfishing and destructive fishing practices such as blast fishing, particularly around Southeast Asia. As ocean temperatures rise beyond the corals' limit of tolerance, the photosynthetic algae which inhabit the reef leave their mutualistic relationship with the reef-building corals, leaving them without a source of food. The corals begin to bleach, basically starving to death. Besides a source of food, the algae provided the coral with their stunning colors, leaving these dying corals bleached white. These corals and algae are very sensitive to temperature changes driven by anthropogenic climate change. Even sublethal heat stress on coral can make them more susceptible to disease and limit their ability to grow and reproduce. Additionally, ocean acidification, driven by the oceans absorbing excess carbon dioxide, which creates carbonic acid, lowering the ocean pH, makes it increasingly difficult for corals to build their calcium carbonate reefs and mollusks to construct calcium carbonate shells. March 2022 also saw record-breaking extreme heat events at both the North and South Poles. Areas of Antarctica were recorded at over 70 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than average, and areas of the Arctic experienced heat over 50 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than average. Additionally, Antarctica set a record for lowest summer sea ice earlier this year, in late February. There has also been record-breaking extreme heat in South and Southeast Asia, beginning in March, which recorded an average monthly temperature of 92 degrees Fahrenheit in India, the highest since records began in 1901. Over 1 billion people in this region face dangerous heat. Additionally, since early March, a significant rainfall deficit has been experienced, with many regions of India experiencing a 99% deficit in normal rainfall levels for the pre-monsoon season. A Dutch study, published in the journal Environment International in March, discovered microplastics in human blood for the first time. Blood was examined from 22 healthy volunteers from the general public, and 80% of the samples taken were found to contain microplastics. Half of these samples found trace amounts of polyethylene, the plastic commonly used to make water bottles and other food and beverage packaging. Over a third of the samples found polystyrene, commonly known as its brand name Styrofoam, used in disposable food containers and countless other commodities. The researchers concluded that plastics can enter our bodies through products like toothpaste, lip gloss, tattoo ink, as well as via air, water, and food. On April 22nd, Earth Day 2022, Buddhist climate activist Win Bruce set himself on fire in protest at the steps of the U.S. Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. His self-immolation was a statement about the climate crisis. A friend of his said he had been planning the self-immolation for at least a year. In Brazil, deforestation in the Amazon rainforest surged to new record highs for the month of April in 2022. Last month, forests lost 2 times the amount they lost in April 2021, which itself set a new record. This has been the Ecocide Report for spring 2022.